Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to do like a chit chat video with you guys about how to get dressed. It's not necessarily a put this on with that. This is going to start with how you see yourself, how you view yourself. We're going to just go up tiers. We're going to start with, finding your style. Then we're going to go into where you can get clothes from, where I shop, because I get a lot of questions about where I get my clothes and things from. I don't have like, a secret location or secret elf somewhere where making my clothes. These are just things that I search for. I spend a lot of time online scouring different websites, and it's just a lot of work finding things that I like. But the thing is, it took me a while to find who I am. So that's what this video is going to be about. We are going to talk about finding who you are and how you want to present yourself to the world. It's not necessarily a how-to. It's just sharing tips that I have learned through the years and the mistakes and things that I've made, and sharing them with you guys. So if you guys are new here, I would love for you to subscribe, join our little community. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. I'm so glad you are enjoying the content. Do not forget to comment, chit chat with me, like the video. That helps me out a lot. And let's start getting into the video. So I'm filming on a new camera today, guys. So I really want you to let me know how the sound is, how you like the look of it. I have one light. Should I get more lights to make it? Like, I'm playing around with this right now. This is a brand new camera. I have no idea how to use it. It's not even on my thing correctly. I got a cock to the side. So like, this is new for me. So, you guys let me know how you are liking this new camera, because I wanted something to make my videos a little bit more clear. I just felt like they were like really just not blurry, but just a little like they weren't crisp enough for me. So I wanted to get a camera, and I was doing a little bit of research, and I was hearing how this was such a good camera. So I got this, and you guys let me know how you are liking the video. I'm filming a little later in the day, so the sun is not at its highest, so it may not be as bright as it usually is, but I can also get more lights, which I'm in the process of anyway. So I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on the new camera. So let's get into finding yourself. So it took me a really, really long time to figure out who I was as far as what I wanted to present to the world. When I was a teenager, this is not my first time having short hair. When I was a teenager, around 15, 16, my mom allowed me to cut my hair. So I got my hair cut and couldn't tell me nothing. Like, it was the cutest little cut. And in school, I was always a label girl, always a designer girl. First day of school, I had on burgundy lizard Mary Janes that my Aunt Sylvia purchased for me. My grandmother, apparently, she passed when I was 1, I think. She owned a lot of fur coats and, that kind of thing. Apparently, she was a dresser. My dad was into designer stuff that I can remember. I felt like I remember him, getting into matching, things together. And I felt like this is something that was always in my blood. Like, my mom was into like making sure our house looked a certain way. She's still like that, into housing and all of that type of stuff. And I feel like it's just in my blood. It's just something that I was always, always into. I went through different phases in high school. I went through a phase where I wore like boy clothes. like a lot of Tommy Hilfiger. I went through a Calvin Klein phase where all I wore was Calvin Klein. It took me a while because, you know, when you're young, you're experimenting with so much. You want to look this way, you want to look that way. When I became a teenager, you know, I was shaped a certain way, so I wanted to dress a certain way. Just a little, don't tell nobody, this is just a little tidbit for y'all. Did y'all know that I used to want to be a video girl? Don't tell nobody. I used to buy King magazine because growing up, now it's the trend where everybody's buying hips, everybody's the hourglass. I was always like this. I looked like this 13, 14, 15. And no one around me looked like this except for the girls on TV. So I would watch videos and I would buy King magazine, Smooth magazine, and not to look at the women like lusting, but I connected with these women because they looked like me. Like, finally, these are women that have body, they have hips, and, you know, I'm used to, you know, being pointed at and like, what's going on there? Like, you know, especially at the time, the thing was to be super thin. You know, big lips wasn't in. Always had big lips. These things weren't in at the time. So these girls in these magazines, they spoke to me. So I went through that phase where I wanted to dress a little bit inappropriate, and it kind of like, you know, had me and my mom clashing because, you know, she's my mom. Like, you're a kid. Like, what are you doing? And especially after my dad died. Girl, oh, my mom made me so sick. Like, my mind was not in this place where she may have thought it was. My mind was not in that place of, you know, going to be in every boy's bed. I just wanted to look a certain way. I was always chasing who I wanted to be in the world, who I wanted the world to see when I got dressed. Then I got into a phase where I was kind of dressing like Mary-Kate and Ashley, like the Phoebe era, the Celine era. And I still have a piece of that in me because I love a clean look. I love a, you know, monochromatic look. But it wasn't until I stopped caring about what people thought and I just did what felt good to me. And I realized that I am not a jeans girl, which I own jeans because, I mean, like today I have jeans on with this top. So I have jeans. I wear jeans, but you will rarely catch me in a pair of jeans. You will rarely catch me in pants. I realized that I am a skirt and a dress girl. When I was old enough to start watching Sex and the City, everybody looked at Carrie, but Charlotte spoke to me a lot more than Carrie did. Carrie didn't start speaking to me until the older seasons. I don't know if you guys remember. Remember when Carrie used to be with Alexander Petrovsky, the old dude? The way Carrie dressed then, I'm going to tell you, one of my favorite episodes, guys, was when he bought her that dress from Oscar de la Renta. I'm still looking for this dress. I bought my first Oscar de la Renta dress because of that episode. It's not the same dress, but it's like a black and blue, like a halter. It's a couple of seasons old, but it's like the ball gown. Like, that to me, I found myself. I very much gravitate towards, child, here come Chloe. I very much gravitate towards volume, asymmetrical pieces. You guys know I love a Comme des Garçons moment. I don't like to necessarily box myself in, but like my style is very much a Carrie Charlotte mix, where I love a dramatic, crazy piece like Carrie would, but I may pair the bottom with like a Alexander McQueen flared skirt or something. Like, I'm very, I've turned into like this girly girl, like pink and stuff. Like, I never in my life thought I would be wearing pink. Like, I'm buying pink shoes, and it's like, who are you? But I've never been so comfortable in my life. So that's tip number one that I would say. And finding yourself when you're trying to find your style, find what's comfortable. If you're wearing something because you see someone else wearing it, it's not going to give that same thing. I see so much on Instagram, and don't get me wrong, because I see people do this. They have this thing online where there's, I see my influence and all. Like, everybody's influenced by somebody. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, I don't like copycats. Like, you're not going to just blatantly just rip my style off. But there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody. We've all have been inspired by somebody in one way, shape, or form. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're wearing something because you saw someone else online wearing it and it may not be you, people can see that. When I'm wearing my clothes, I'm so comfortable. I don't care if somebody's looking at me. I've just gotten to the point where I will wear anything to go. Like, the days of waiting for a moment is over. Now, am I going to waste a $3,000 dress to go to work? Possibly not. I may wait to give that the proper respect. But you have to get to the point where you're wearing what speaks to you, what's comfortable to you. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody, but sit down and figure out what language you want to speak to the world. When you go outside, what do you want the world to know about you? She's spinning around and chasing her tail, guys. Like, I can't even deal. What do you want the world to know about you? What do you want the world to say about you? I want the world to see someone who enjoys fashion. I want the world to see someone who loves fashion, like someone who is ingrained in them. Like, this is not something that came along because of Instagram. This is not something that somebody, put me onto. This is something that has always been me. This is something that has always been who I am. I'm so comfortable now. Like, sometimes I'll get somebody's opinion. Like, what do you think it is? Because I may be on the fence about something. But for the most part, I really could care less about what somebody thinks about something I have. Like, I love a full skirt. I love a ball gown. I love a big dress, dramatic sleeves. I love it. And I used to be very insecure about me being tall. Now, because I'm so tall, I can carry off these big elaborate pieces. Like, sometimes you just have to learn your strengths and your weaknesses. That brings me to tip number 2. You have to dress for what flatters you. Just because you see me, like, I get a lot of questions at work about my clothes. I wear a lot of long skirts. I wear a lot of big skirts. And I'm 5'9". I may get someone that's 5'1" asking me where I got something from. I'll tell you, but it may not look the same on you that it looks on me. It may look better because you're short. It may skim at just the right spot because you're short. I don't know. But that's also part of being a stylist, is having that eye to know what is going to work on a height, a frame, and, steering them in a direction that would better flatter them. Now, everybody does not have a background or training or whatever, to be a stylist, which is fine. So that's why you have to figure out what flatters your shape, what flatters your height. As a brown-skinned girl, there are certain colors that I don't like. I know I look amazing in white. I look amazing in black. I look amazing in yellow. I look amazing in pink. I'm not really a brown type of person. Like, I rarely have a brown top, a brown dress, a brown jacket because I don't like the way it looks on my skin tone. Another girl may have it on and she looks amazing in it. Brown is just not a color that I gravitate to. Nude, tan, maybe. But those are colors that you will rarely see me in because I don't feel like they flatter me as much. I love an emerald green. You know, I love a pretty like cerulean blue or electric blue. Like those colors complement me. Taking chances. This brings me to another tip. Take chances. Don't be afraid. You have to take chances in order to find what's you. You have to step out on a limb in order to find what works for you. And there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from Instagram. There's nothing wrong with taking screenshots. I used to have, I'm telling all my little weirdo quirks. When I was in school, I had a book. It was a binder. I think I got like 3 binders, maybe this thick, full of pictures that I would cut out from magazines. I know Beyonce at one point was an inspiration to me. I remember particularly her and Jay-Z took a trip to Paris where she had on the most gorgeous, I think it was a blue Dior dress. She had her hair back in a bun and the dress was like, it was past her knee. And I think it had like little ribbon detail on it or something. Like she just looked so rich and so just like, I loved it. Like that to me, like it spoke to me. So the old me would be so worried about what people thought that I may not try certain pieces because I'm worried about, you know, somebody looking at me or what they thought about me or possibly looking older than, you know, I am. Life is just so short. Take chances. If you see a one-shoulder Alexander McQueen runway dress with fire on it and you can afford it, buy the dress. Buy it. Wear it. See how you feel. Go outside, get a feel, walk around. If you put on a dress and all you want to do is spin around in the middle of the street like you're in a movie, buy some more pieces. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's speaking to you. Like I buy pieces that speak to me. I don't just go outside because it's a t-shirt with a slit in it and one shoulder and it's hooked onto a pair of pants. Like I don't just go for just crazy pieces because it's crazy pieces. I go for pieces that speak to me. I ask myself a few questions. How would I wear this? What else would I wear? How can I incorporate it in my wardrobe with other pieces that I have? Do I really love this? If I wear this, if I buy this, am I going to be hyped and excited to wear it? Those are the questions that I ask myself when I'm shopping for something or if I see a piece. If I can't stop thinking about it, I'm on it. If I see it and I instantly see myself in it, like if I'm looking online and the model has it on and I done cropped her head off of it and put mine, I want it. Like you have to take chances in order to find who you are. You can't worry about what other people think. You can't worry about, oh, you just was wearing this the other day, now you wearing this. You are allowed to change. Just because I wear ball gowns every day does not mean I won't put on jeans and a t-shirt. Am I going to put jeans and a t-shirt on and just go outside like that? Probably not. Am I going to put jeans and a t-shirt on and throw on a Chanel jacket or something? Maybe, because that is more me. I've really started to move into this ladylike era in my life and I love it. Like I love carrying like a little dainty bag. Now mind you, again, I'm 5'9". So me having on this little tiny bag, like I don't know how it looks from the outside, but it feels good to me. Like I love to put a dress on and I got this little dainty, beautiful bag. And don't get me wrong, I still got my ghetto pieces. I still got my Gucci baseball hats for when my hair is not done. I still got my huge, obnoxious Fendi belt that I got when I was in high school. I still got my big Python Gucci bag when Frida Giannini was creative director. I still have my fun pieces, but I gravitate more towards luxurious runway pieces, staple pieces. That's another thing. That brings me to another tip. Find what you like. Are you a contemporary girl? There's girls out here, I think Jackie Aina, her favorite brand is Zimmerman, and she's a millionaire. Her favorite brand is Zimmerman. Zimmerman is not cheap, but it's not Dior runway. It's not Dior couture, so find a brand that you like. Start there. Are you a short frilly dress girl? Do you like prints? I love prints, but I don't necessarily know how to carry off a lot of prints. So I limit them. Again, I'm tall. So I don't feel like me personally that I can carry off a whole lot of print. I have prints. I have a runway Alexander McQueen skirt that's a gorgeous print, but I would not pair that with another printed top. I would pair that with something simple. As I told you guys in another video, I'm a crop top girl. That is a classic me look. A short crop top with that really big, beautiful printed skirt and a gorgeous shoe and a little bag. That is a classic outfit for me. That's something that you would see me in. So find what your look is. What designer speaks to you? Are you a Dior girl? Are you a Chanel girl? Do classic tweed suits, or a pair of jeans and a t-shirt like I mentioned with a Chanel jacket. Is that you? Find what designer speaks to you and then start from there. Comme des Garçons and maybe Oscar de la Renta are two different types of designers, but they make up the gist of how I like to look, because I love the innovation. I love the fun that Comme des Garçons brings to fashion. These clothes, they are fun. They are statement pieces. They are pieces that catch your eye. Somebody's going to see you if you have on one of these pieces. Oscar de la Renta is classic. It's breakfast at Tiffany's to me. Going to Bergdorf Goodman for brunch. That's Oscar de la Renta to me. That is who I am. That is what I like to look like. That is what I like to present to the world. Find what designers speak to you. Contemporary, high-end. Are you a Zara girl? Let me start here before we even get into this. I don't shop at Zara. I'm not saying anything is wrong with Zara. The girls that shop at Zara, I see a lot of them at work. They look cute. That's just not my thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I can't afford my lifestyle either. So we don't judge on pockets. It's just my personal preference, and the way I like clothes. It's not just about the look. I love the craftsmanship. I love the material. I love that, my dress was hand sewn, or, this material came from Italy, or like Bottega bags, how their bags are hand woven. I love that, so high-end fashion is my thing. I don't necessarily get into contemporary brands or high street. I'm not saying that I've never shopped there, but the more that I have worked and, put money to the side, I've realized that quality over quantity. I don't need a closet full of stuff if half of it, once I put it in the washing machine, is strings hanging off of it. Now, I've had skirts that I've spent a lot of money for and the zipper broke or something like that. I'll send it, take it to my, child, I was going to say my atelier. Girl, I'm doing the most. My seamstress or, child, I'm over here tripping. My seamstress, I will take it, and get it fixed. And trust me, I'm annoyed because all of this money, nothing should, be happening to your items. But you waste more money to me rebuying the same things instead of taking the time out to put a little bit more money into a classic piece that you'll have for a long time. So that's just where I'm at in this point in my life when it comes to what brands I choose to wear. I would rather take my time and have a small little capsule wardrobe where I just repurpose all of my items than to have a closet full of stuff that next season I'm not going to wear, or I can't wear, or I don't want. So I take my time more now as well. Take your time when you're buying pieces. Not saying if they're having a sale and there was something you want, be on it. But don't just buy things just to buy things. I used to make that mistake as well. The things that I'm telling you guys are mistakes that I've already made. Do not buy things just so you can have something to wear. Just so you build in more stuff in your closet. Take your time so that when you walk into your closet, you're just like, you're in like a showroom. You're in a store. Every piece in your closet, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got this. Like that's how I felt because I had to redo my closet because my shelves were, anyway. When I used to walk into my closet and lay on the floor, and it just was like my little sanctuary. Like it was just some place that I made for myself that made me happy. That's what you want when you walk into your closet. That's what you want when you open your closet. You don't want a bunch of junk and it's like, oh, I like this. Like you want everything in your closet to be something you love, something like, oh, I got this. I can wear that with that. You can interchange it with other pieces. Start with classic things. Start with things that speak to you. Start with things that you love. You may not even be a clothes girl. You may be a shoe or accessories girl. Build your wardrobe from there. You can start with a shoe and then go up. You know, there's different ways that you can build your wardrobe if you don't really know where to start. But I can tell you to start with who you want to be. And if you guys think that people can't tell that you're not authentic or you're trying to look like somebody else, they can tell. You know, they can tell. So just find who you want to be. Find who you want to look like. Find the person that you want to present to the world. Your clothes are speaking before you do. I think John Galliano said, if I'm not mistaken, it should be a pleasure getting dressed. And it's a pleasure for me to get dressed. It is a pleasure to put these beautiful clothes on, to wear these amazing designers. Like, it's literally a pleasure to me. Like, I want everyone to feel the way I feel when I have on something. And it's like, first of all, I can't even believe I could afford this. And second of all, I can't believe that I have the honor to wear these things. Like, everybody's into different things. Some people, clothes are just not a big deal. You know, they would rather buy cars, or like my husband's a car person. He could care less about clothes because he's been there, done that. You know, so now his thing is, well, not now, but it's always been his thing, but he's into cars. That's where he would put his money, in cars. You know, me, I love a car because, you know, your lifestyle has to all go together. You know, you drive a certain way, you dress a certain way. But my love is clothes, and everyone should feel like that when they're getting dressed. So, you know, also investing in a good tailor, you know, or a seamstress. There is nothing worse than you having something and it doesn't fit correctly, or, you know, it's the hem is too short or frayed, or, you know, just anything. Always having a good tailor, you know, that's something else that will help you in your journey in finding who you want to be, finding the woman that you want to be, the woman you want to represent to the world. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any tips for finding and figuring out, you know, if you want to change your look. Maybe you've looked a certain way you know, for years, and now maybe you want to switch up your look. Maybe you were a monochromatic girl before, and maybe you want to try prints, and you know, you're afraid. You know, let me know, you know, if you guys have any tips, or how you feel. How did you find yourself? How did you figure out what worked for you? How did you figure out what type of woman you wanted to present to the world? I would love to hear, you know, how you guys found your style. How did you become comfortable in yourself? Because confidence is key. You can have on the best designer in the world. You can have on custom made Dior shipped with white gloves. If you are not comfortable, here come y'all boy. Y'all hear him? Never fails. If you are not comfortable in your clothing, it's going to show. People are going to see it. And you don't want that. You want to be 100% comfortable. You want to look good in your clothes. You want to be confident, you know, because everybody's not going to always get it. Everybody is not going to always understand. You know, that happens to me a lot. Well, where are you going? And you know, well, like, you know, well, what? Like, you get all of that stupid stuff. Like, people never seen clothes before. You keep going. You know, if you want to put on your high heels, because you're going to a cookout, put your shoes on, get dressed. Life is too short to be unhappy. Dress how you're happy. Thank you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.